Good morning all. Nice sunny day in Hertfordshire. We're on day one of a 7-day circular walk through the countryside of Hertfordshire, the wonderful countryside of Hertfordshire. Today's walk will be from Royston to Baldock. The whole circular walk is 7 days, 99.3 miles, and we'll end up back here in Royston. Quite similar to the Hertfordshire way, but Royston just happens to be in the top right hand corner of Hertfordshire on the border with Cambridgeshire, so it's an ideal logical geographical starting point. For those of you who don't know where Hertfordshire is, it's 30-40 miles depending on where you are in Hertfordshire, north of London, but you wouldn't know you were very close to London. Today's walk, which is in the new book, something I promised about 2 years ago that I was going to write, and I've actually finished it, and it is ready to publish. Well, it is published, sorry. There'll be a link down below on the Amazon site if you'd like to order the book. Today's walk is 12.5 miles. Estimated time 4 hours 12 minutes, but it'll be longer because Paul's going to make me walk backwards and forwards for the filming. And you've got a cumulative ascent of 759 feet. So it's actually a fairly easy walk today. We're starting not in the countryside, we're starting at a railway station, and we're going to finish at a railway station. This is so that people who want to use public transport, or every day the walk will start or end at a place of public transport to make life a lot easier for people. A little bit more about the book before we get into the walk properly. Pub Trail Hertfordshire, it's because we're using pubs as waymarkers. Pubs themselves have a lot of history, and you'll find a lot of history about the pubs that we go past in the book. So there is actually a subtitle to the book, is Walking Through History, and you'll find that during the walk through Hertfordshire, huge amounts of history, which we will actually bring out during the walks as well. So we have pub 1 over there, the King James, and pub 2 over there, the Jolly Postie. It used to be a post office, so it's got, that building alone has got quite a lot of history. We're also standing at a very historical spot here. This is called the Royston, hence the name Royston. This is supposed to be the base of a cross. Stone crosses were placed at intersections of major roads. So we have, going across there, the Icknield Way, and coming across there, we've got Ermine Street. So it's an intersection of two very important ancient roads. But we also suspect, and this comes from another website, James Does Walking. There will be a link to his YouTube channel below. This may actually be, and we're only suspecting it, may actually also be a plague stone, which dates back to the Black Death. And plague stones were also found at intersections of county borders. Back in the day, the other side of that road was Cambridgeshire, and this side of the road was Hertfordshire. Then they moved the borders in 1890, so the outskirts of Royston is now Cambridgeshire. The use of the plague stone was these holes, they'd put vinegar in them, and they'd put coins in the vinegar, and people would come along and leave food by the stone and then take some payment for the food out of it. We don't know that for sure, but if you look at James Does Walking and his YouTube, this is very similar to what he was looking at, and we suspect it may be dual purpose even. It may have done both. We actually don't know. But also, a bit more history where we are. Very historical spot. Over there, the shop called the Cave Shop. There is actually a cave below the shop. The cave was discovered in 1764. It appears to be a man-made cave carved into the chalk. The reason for it being there is lost in the mysteries of time. No one actually really knows why it's there. But again, it's also on the intersection of two important roads, so it may relate to that. We actually don't know. Hello again. Okay, we are all halfway up Thurfield Heath. This is Thurfield Heath around us. That's a viewpoint over there. We do actually through the book point out where we think there are some nice viewpoints. Interestingly, that's Cambridgeshire. It's much flatter than Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire is much more humpy bumpy. So thinking about humpy bumpy, on Thurfield Heath there's a golf course. There's a golf course there on public ground. On the horizon there you can see some lumpy bumpy bits. One to the right, one to the left. They look like golf course architecture. They're not. They're actually long barrows. They're very ancient. And also down here, I don't know whether that'll come out in the camera, there are two tumuli. So probably small barrows down there as well. They are all actually marked on the OS map. So already we're into history, and you'll find a little bit more about the history of them in the book. We use the walk to actually take you through history, walking through history. I'd be amazed. Most people probably don't realise the history they're probably walking through, but it's a very nice day today. I think we're going to get some good views today, Paul. Bottom of the hill, look.
You got your map upside down.
Oh yeah. Oh. It's actually a lovely spot, this bit. There's a reason for putting benches here. That's Cambridgeshire over there. Where the two communication masts are, if that comes out. That's the Barkway Ridge. That's the edge of Hertfordshire. We're on the edge of Hertfordshire here, still in Hertfordshire, and that's Cambridgeshire over there. So we'll soon be into the village of Thurfield. Well, according to this, Thurfield was mentioned in Domesday Book. So we did mention it was a quintessential English village. It's a very old English village. So this is our first village on our walk. That's our first village inn, proper village inn, the Fox and Duck. Not that we've ever been in there.
For research purposes?
Oh, no, yes, absolutely. Research purposes only, yes. No, we've been in there a couple of times, actually. To be recommended, a very nice, proper village pub. So if you're ever around this area, and hopefully you will be, it's a well worthwhile pub to go into. Right, so here, and I'm actually going to check my notes, so I'll try and get this correct. Here we have a point of interest. This is Thurfield Castle. It's actually a heritage site, listed heritage site, believed to have been built in the 11th and 12th century, shortly after the Norman conquest, likely constructed by a Norman lord as a defensive structure. Not very big, but okay. To protect the surrounding area. It's an original Motte and Bailey construction. Oh yeah, in the 13th century it was granted to the Bishop of Ely, who used it as a hunting lodge. However, the castle fell into disrepair and was abandoned in the 14th century. So it had a fairly short, what sort of
300 years.
400 years working life.
Yeah.
What isn't listed though, and we're going to be walking through the grounds in a moment, it's very lumpy bumpy here, going through here, and there's some ponds, some wet bits. I would strongly suspect this may have been fish breeding ponds along here. It's got the right sort of a time team feel to it. Well, there's one of the ponds down there to your left, Paul. Has got a lot of water in it today. That's normally got quite a lot of water in it. If we look around here, you can see there are lots of other depressions in the ground, and where those fence posts are there's actually what looks like it could have been a ditch with water flowing through it in the past. Definitely one for time team, this one. It's heavy.
Doesn't feel right, does it, walking across the crops like this?
No.
We're actually spot on the footpath.
Yeah.
And if the farmer doesn't put the path back in, then people will guess, and you'll get his crops trampled down.
Yeah. The footpath will be that wide.
Yeah.
So you can't even walk round. Well, I suppose you could, but you'd end up right over there. Then you'd have to come up here, but you still got to walk across there anyway. Yeah, tiny village of Row Green. Might even be a hamlet, I'm not sure. Very nice place. Cricket ground up there. Few houses, no pubs, unfortunately. Right, the path here is a bit tricky. Well, not tricky, but indeed you know it. It's actually diagonally across there and goes in between two of the houses, and then back into fields. It's a lovely little village. Yeah, nice and typical. Yeah, cricket ground up there.
Slow down. Twenty's plenty. That's what it says. Anyway, we're coming into Wallington, isn't it?
Wallingford. No, Wallington.
Wallington.
Lovely little village. Wallington.
Wallington means what? Lunch.
Yes.
In Old Norse. No, it doesn't.
No.
It's where we're going to stop at our favourite little bus shelter.
Yeah.
No buses now, are there?
No. Well, we're technically off piste here, but we know a little old bus shelter. Nice to sit in.
So that's where you're hiding. This is our bus shelter. We've had many a lunch here, haven't we?
Many a beer.
We've had many a beer here as well. Nice break for lunch.
Well, it would have been.
It would have been if I hadn't left lunch in the fridge.
I had my lunch. I'm fine. No, I had my lunch. No, yes. So where are we now? Wallington.
It's about 3 miles to go.
Yeah, three and a half. Got a nice car park here.
There's a story behind
There
that.
is a story behind that. I think, memory serves right, there's actually a water source here.
Oh, just up here,
just
isn't
up here
it?
on the left. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that round building
Yes.
up here.
In there.
Yeah. Let's go and have a look.
That's got to be a natural spring. It's got to be.
It's weird, isn't it?
Very, very strange. But I'm guessing that it's when this overflows is when you end up with a river going down the road into the village.
Yeah. Wonder how deep that is. I really don't want to find out.
No, no.
You on strike?
No, I'm just thinking it's a bit tight, this one. I don't think you're going to get through it.
Cheeky bastard.
But, you know, it's quite tight, you know.
Yeah, there's barely 6 foot round there.
You'll have to breathe in on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still not getting a kiss. Hey, style. Quite unusual in Hertfordshire. No. Yeah, we like kissing. Yeah. You got. Look, it's beautiful. It's worth the effort. Left. The end is in sight.
Well, that be Baldock.
That do be Baldock, that do be.
Right. So where's our path go?
So we're actually going down there, down to the bottom of the valley floor, and then along and into Baldock there. Quite a few pubs in Baldock. Quite a nice wet town. Lovely. That's actually a story behind that, but we might come to that later. But yeah, we're about 2.5 miles to go now. It's been a lovely walk, lovely day. It still is a lovely walk.
And a lovely day.
We are actually now back on the Icknield Way walking route. I think all the way back into Baldock from here. The actual Icknield Way is the A505 down there, running through Baldock. A town of history. Has quite a history down there. That way. There is actually a very nice lunch spot.
Oh, that's just the bench.
Yes. Off route, but only slightly. If you go up that path there, there's a bench at the back of the church and the graveyard. But it's a beautiful view, right all the way down the valley to Baldock. Just as an aside. Not that we've ever walked along here ever before.
No.
So we now stay on this path, more or less now all the way into Baldock. So. But look, just have a pan round. Look. Beautiful part of the world.
Especially on a day like today.
Yeah. I'm not complaining, but it's getting hotter as the afternoon goes on. Yeah. Being typically English. This way, young man. And here we are. Wow, just coming back into civilization.
That just pops into Baldock, doesn't it?
Yep. So, there are lots of pubs in Baldock to visit. You'll have to read the book.
And their history, of course.
Yes. When we get further into Baldock, there is some history we will give you. It's a very historical town, got a lot of history. So we mentioned that Baldock has got quite a lot of history. It's got some very, very strong links to the Knights Templar. Probably Baldock actually was a stronghold for them. This building here used to be called the Templar Hotel, after the Knights Templars, but the original building on this site was a Templars hospital. So it dates back a few thousand years?
Not sure.
1300s, that's it, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, this was the site of a Templars hospital. So Baldock itself was and this part of Hertfordshire was a stronghold for the Knights Templars back in the day. Also, we mentioned that Baldock has got lots of pubs and it's quite a wet town. It was very popular with the residents of Letchworth, or Letchworth Garden City, back in the day. Because when Letchworth was originally built, they had no pubs. It was a dry town. So all residents of Letchworth used to come here to lubricate themselves. So yeah, it was a very popular place with the residents of Letchworth, Baldock at one time as well. So we'll carry on through the town. We're now in the town centre, as you can see. There are pubs to the left, pubs straight over, pubs to the right. But if you want to see them all, you need to read the book. Can I just say it? And we do a take two if it's not right, alright? I can lean on here. It's been a great walk.
Absolutely stunning walk.
Absolutely great walk. Paul's done 12.5 miles.
Yeah.
I've done closer to 15. Anyway, for anyone who's filmed a YouTube will know what I'm saying. Yeah. Steven Spielberg behind the camera there makes you. Can you redo that bit? That's right.
You should walk through 3 times, have a kiss and get.
Well, that's it. Yeah. And you're still not going to get a kiss, all right? Okay, we're at Walk's End, Baldock Station. Not the nicest of railway stations. I think it was quite nice back in the day when it was first built, but there you go. So, end of day 1 of Pub Trail Hertfordshire. We will be doing day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 as fast as we can, but that will be down to domestic circumstances allowing. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please tick the like box and subscribe, etc, etc, etc. All the links to the book and James's walks and things like that will be in the descriptions below in the comments. So hope you've enjoyed it. See you on the next one.